What's going on, everybody? I am setting off on another adventure tonight. Gonna record it. I don't know what I'm doing, really. I wanted to do like a stealth camping video, but I don't really want to do the Walmart thing again. But that seems to be the most practical place to go. So I don't know. I was sitting in my car for about 5 minutes thinking about it and like trying to plot out a course, and I said, you know what? Let me just get on the road and I'm just gonna get going and see if I can find anything cool. I wish there was more spots around here, Eastern Shore, Maryland. I wish there was more spots around here where you could just like pull off the side of the road, preferably somewhere somewhat scenic, and just camp there. But I don't really know of anything like that around here. There's campgrounds and stuff, of course, but you know, a lot of these guys that I follow on YouTube and stuff, they just kind of like go out there and park on the side of the road somewhere, and you know, I guess there are some spots you can do that around here, but definitely not as scenic as some of these other guys you see on YouTube. So yeah, we're just gonna drive around for a little bit and see what we can get into, and I'll let y'all know where we end up. All right, so first things first, we are here at the Tire Mart in Greensboro, and I'm just gonna get one little bag of ice for my beverages, and also if I end up cooking anything tonight, I don't know what I'm cooking either. I don't have anything with me really. I have a can of sardines and I have a pack of Ritz crackers, and that's all I have with me. Thought about stopping through like a store and getting something that's a little more than that. You know, I normally just like grab something from home, and I don't really cook anything too extravagant. Really, when I can do these camping trips, it's kind of nice because I can kind of like take stuff that's in the pantry that nobody's used in forever, because I'm definitely the vulture of the family. Everybody else in my house is picky, so it's kind of nice because I get all this like survival, you know, type food that, you know, stays good for a while and all that, and gives me an opportunity to get some of that out of the house. But I kind of wanted to do something a little like more than that tonight, something a little more appetizing than that. So yeah, I don't know if we will or not, but we will see. We're gonna go in here and get some ice, and I'm feeling kind of lucky today, so I'm gonna grab me a little lottery ticket while I'm in here and see what happens with that. You might see me riding around in like a TRX or something like that on the next one. See, I find stuff like that to be super cool. I would totally just pull over here, park on the side of the road, and stay here for the night, but can't do that because I'm in the middle of a road, and I'm sure a couple inches off the side of this road is probably some farmer's property. And if you all know farmers, you know they don't like people on their property. So we're gonna continue on. All right, so I just went and drove by Walmart in Denton, the same place that I went last time, and it was super packed. So you know, stealth camping, kind of like don't want people to know you're there. So there's gonna be a lot of people seeing me getting in and out of my truck there, and I thought about just you know, buying the food that I'm gonna cook for dinner, and then you know, like going somewhere else and cooking it, and then coming back, so people don't really like know I'm there inside my truck, and come back later to get me or anything like that. But I think what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna go back. I just took like so it's like a 10-minute drive from where I live to Denton, which is like the next big-ish town over. But it was like I just took like a 40-minute drive to get there because I was taking back roads, seeing if I could find any cool places to stay or anything. And now I'm going right back to Greensboro. I'm gonna go, there's a little grocery store there in Greensboro called Save a Lot, and they sell like meats and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go back there, and it's a lot smaller of a town, so definitely less traffic. I'm gonna go there and see if they have what I want to cook. I think what I'm gonna try, and I've never cooked this before in my life, so it should be interesting trying to cook it out of the back of a truck, is I'm gonna try to make gnocchi. I think I'm saying it right. Gnocchi, like little potato pasta ball type things. Steak Alfredo. Sounds good. Never made it before. Maybe with some peas in it. Try it out. All right, so we are here at the store. Before I go in here and buy all this stuff, I want to make sure that I have all the appropriate things to cook this. I think I'm going to try to cook it all in one pan. I'm pretty sure I don't have any olive oil. but I gotta make sure I have heat and a pan. And then I believe I have utensils. So yeah, I just gotta buy olive oil, the gnocchi, the pasta sauce, and the steak, and peas. I think that's all I'm gonna put in it, which I have like all this stuff at home. I should have just brought it from home, but we'll do a little grocery store run anyway. Alright, so we are here at the grocery store, and I got the peas already. This is like, it's called Save-A-Lot. It's like a, I don't know, like some kind of like discount grocery store or something like that, little small town type of deal. So yeah, let's go hunting. Alright, so they said that they do not have gnocchi here, so I'm gonna try to find a substitute. Alright, so no gnocchi Alfredo tonight, but we're just gonna keep it simple and go loaded baked mashed potatoes with steak. And put that in my, maybe, if I can open it. That, and for dessert, we had a crunch bar. So yeah, keeping it super simple tonight. And we are probably gonna go cook that right now. I'm not gonna cook it here. I think I'm gonna go out to that little park I like, cook it there. That way I can do it on tailgate and have a little more space to operate. And then we'll come back and go into stealth mode for the rest of the night. I think the game plan is I'm gonna cook and eat here, and then I'm gonna go find my like sleeping spot for the night, which I'll probably just go back into town. I might just like, I might cook here, hang out, do some reflecting, wait till sunset, which you're not really even gonna be able to see a sunset tonight, which are beautiful here, by the way, but because it's cloudy. So probably around like 8 o'clock, I'll probably head back over to Save-A-Lot and park in like the little back parking lot, and hopefully nobody notices me there. Like, I don't even know. I should probably check into all these rules and stuff like that before I just go places, but I mean, I feel like I'm just going out there to sleep and like hang out in the back of my truck. I don't think I'm hurting anybody, so I don't really know what the rules are, but I mean, people camp out at places like that all the time, I feel like. Truck drivers and like people on the road and things, so I don't know. Until I get in trouble for it, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I think it's fine. Even if it's not fine, I feel like it's probably not enforced unless you're causing a ruckus. Like, I doubt somebody's gonna come up and tap on the window and see if you're truck camping, so unless you're drawing attention to yourself, which if I do that, I failed at my mission, right? Because I'm supposed to be stealth camping. Like, nobody's even supposed to really know that I'm camping. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, so I'm feeling too lazy to get out, go in there and dig in that second container and get out my dual burner stove thing. So I'm just gonna use this little single burner, cook them separately. I don't really know which one to cook first, and I'm gonna kind of have to like freestyle on this potatoes a little bit, because I have a feeling, well, it says 2 cups of water. And I know 2 cups of water for rice is like 1 cup of rice, which it's kind of a lot of rice. So I'm thinking if I make this whole thing, it's gonna overflow. So I don't know. Maybe I'll make like half of it and see how that goes. So I'll use 1 cup of water. I think it's a 2 cups of boiling water, and then mix the entire pouch thoroughly to loosen all potatoes. Okay. So I think we're gonna cook that first. And I'm gonna try 1 cup of water, which I also don't have any measuring stuff with me, so we can be freestyling on the measurements too. So this could get these potatoes might not turn out good. I'm also not sure how much juice this thing has left, because I've used it a lot and it's not very big, so we gotta find out. If it dies, I've got more, but at that point I gotta dig in there. And yeah, so I don't consider myself a particularly lazy person, and that's not really anything too strenuous, but yeah, so you can see where this setup definitely has its downsides. You got to do some digging for stuff that you want. It's all in here. It was cheap and it's effective, but definitely not the most I guess like economically efficient or whatever. The ones that have like the slide out drawers where it's just like people build like the little the wooden shelves and have like the slide out drawers and stuff like that would be way better, way easier to access stuff with. I mean, basically, if I want to get my stuff out of there, I have to undo the bungee cords that you see there, and then I have to pull this out, lift this up, and then dig into that second one, and hope I have enough space and all that to get everything out of there without causing a calamity. We're gonna throw a little salt and pepper. I don't know if I can do this one hand or not, but we're gonna throw a little salt and pepper on top of our meat here. Yeah, you get the idea. I'm just gonna do it with 2 hands. All right, so those potatoes just cooked in like literally like 2 seconds. The water boiled. It took the water only like a minute or 2 to boil. And then I thought you had to cook these. You don't. You just literally pour the flakes or whatever they are in there and then like let it stand. Let me try it. Let's see. Never had these before. Quite pleasant, actually. Very salty I usually always have to add salt to food because I like salty stuff. That's pretty good to go by itself. My steak's all salted and peppered up. And I'm about to throw it in. I do not have any olive oil, so don't know how this will go, but let's see. All right, so there's that cooking. It was like stir-fry steak, so it was already cut up. Didn't have to do any of that. So yeah, like I said, try to keep it moving. Tough to do one hand. I should have got my little headband thing for this GoPro, but when you think about it, okay, there we go. We got some fat from the steak. Yeah, I figured it would make its own kind of like I like to call it lube, and it did. So it was starting to like burn there a little bit first, but I guess that fat loosened up and she's good to go now. I'm not even gonna let this cook too long because y'all know I like my steak kind of rare. So just give it another minute or 2 and she should be good to go. Look at that little bird, some kind of hawk or something, I guess, carrying a little stuff in. So I got the steak and potatoes all done. I am just gonna go ahead and make all of it because it tastes super good. So very good at roasting potatoes. I'm gonna be a fat one tonight. It's probably a little too much water, but you know what? It is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. There's my steak, which I've been kind of snacking on in between. There's the original batch of potatoes I made, and there's the rest of the potatoes I made, con steak juice. So they're both good. And yeah, bone apple teeth. That is a freaking lot of food. I'm not going hungry tonight. I just tried the original batch of potatoes and the potatoes that I cooked in this pan with the steak juice left over. I actually like the original ones better. I'm surprised. I thought, adding steak to anything, why not? Gonna make it better. But I actually like the original better. You can taste the cheesy flavor a little bit more. So, and then we got all this steak and potatoes to eat. And I'm probably gonna feel, if I eat all this, which I don't know if I'm going to or not, if I eat all this, I am going to feel pretty bad. Very, very big, at least. I don't know about bad, but very, very large. All right. That's what I've eaten. And I'm about done. I feel fine right now. I can feel my stuff starting to get full. If I eat any more than that, I'm probably gonna pop. So, because you know how them starches be getting you. They go down smooth, and you're feeling like, oh, I'm getting pretty full, and then they just keep on expanding, and before you know it, you're like floating away up in the sky. So I guess I never did get to do my fancy meal. That was kind of like right in line with the stuff that I usually do, which I'm not mad about because it was actually really good, and it was pretty cheap. It was, I think, like $7.33 or something like that for all that stuff. Candy bar included, which, ooh, I'm looking forward to that. My wife always says you have a separate stomach for dessert, and I think that might be true, especially in this case, because I love Crunch Bars. So, yeah, it was definitely still cheap, super quick. Man, those potatoes, I'm going to have to get some more of those. They're really good, and they only took, well, you got to boil the water, but, which seems to be always faster on those little burners. But shoot, it only took a minute or 2 to boil the water. and it was really good. So I'm definitely gonna have to get some more of those little Idaho potato packets. Those are like perfect. And then the steak, you know, I don't cook my, like, I don't destroy my steak when I cook it. It's actually still steak. So it was probably like, I don't know, it was probably medium tonight actually, which is halfway ruined. But yeah, quick, easy, relatively cheap. That's what I like. So right in line with what we've been doing. I dig it. I'm not really sure what's going on in Greensboro tonight, but I've seen like 8 cops just ride around town. So I don't know if they're like all on a call for something or what, but they're like different places. So I'm thinking Greensboro might not be the place to stay at tonight when I don't really know, you know, if I'm supposed to be staying at these places or not. I think it's fine, but I don't know. I feel like worst come to worst, like knock knock, hey, what are you doing? But then again, it's like, hey, knock knock, what are you doing? And I can't see them, they can't see me, so might not be the best place. So yeah, I am going back to Denton. I'm gonna scope out a couple places around there and see if I can find anywhere that is suitable. But I might just go back to Walmart because I've stayed there before, didn't have any issues. Pretty sure one of the like big managers parked right next to me in the morning. There was Audi right next to me in the morning, and like I heard them shut their door and everything, and I peeked out the window and I saw somebody walking in with a briefcase. So like they didn't seem to mind. So I feel like it's somewhat safe to do that. So I might just go ahead and head back to Walmart. But I'm gonna check out at least one other place before I go there. So be there shortly. All right, this is where we ended up for tonight. I did not go straight to a abandoned parking lot in Greensboro. I got up with one of my friends and he said he was going out to the bar tonight. So I went out to the bar. I don't really get out much anymore, between like personal life stuff and business and everything that we got going on. Pretty busy, so I don't really get to go out and hang out with my friends too much, but they were all going out tonight. They don't usually go out on Saturday nights, I don't think. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go out to the bar, have a couple drinks, hang out with my friends, and now we are going to just sleep right here in the parking lot. So we're gonna hop up in the truck here in a minute and get all set up. And you can't see anything, but that'll be where we're gonna be at tonight. All right, we are here in the truck now. Got the little light on. Don't think anybody can see it because these windows are all blacked out now. My light is about to die though, so that's cool. Guess I'll just be using my cell phone light for the rest of the night. Didn't charge that up before I left. And my Blue Yeti's still in the truck, so not worried about that. But yeah, we're gonna leave this window open so maybe we can see some funny stuff as people are rolling out to their cars after the bar. But probably go ahead and put the back window on before I go to bed. And yeah, let's see what we got going on here. So my floor is still a little wet. It's like not really much left in there, so looks like it does dry out pretty well, but still don't really want water in here. It is currently 53 degrees in the truck. We do not have any heat tonight, so it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. But I do have my big Agnes sleeping bag here, which has kept me very warm in the past, so I think we'll be just fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and change into my nighttime clothes, and we're gonna get ready to get tucked in here in a minute. We are all the biggest of Agnes up, and I'm about to eat my little pack of crackers and drink a little water before bed. Didn't have too much tonight to drink. Like, I think I had like 3 or 4 beers. So yeah, I'm not feeling, I don't think I'm gonna be feeling bad in the morning or anything like that, but definitely, you know, nice to go out and have fun with the boys tonight. And as always, you know, miss my family back at home, but I think it's good to get out and get away and, you know, do your own thing and be an individual a little bit too. So we got all on our sleeping clothes. I know you guys probably can't see any of this stuff, so whatever. But yeah, we are in here with my body heat and everything. It is now 58 degrees in here, which is pretty cool. It definitely raised the temperature just by having me in here. And like I said many times before, this truck is not exactly weather sealed. So
just goes to show you how much your body heat does really put off. Kind of cool, really, to know that, you know, if I did go out to a bar and got too messed up to go home, I could just stay in the back of my truck. So that's pretty nice, because I do pretty much everything I have in here right now. Actually, everything I have in here right now is stuff that I just keep in here at all times, except the sleeping bag. I do take the sleeping bag in, just because it's probably not, like, it's a expensive sleeping bag, and it's probably not good to just like leave it out here in the elements. So yeah, the only thing that's in here right now that I don't usually have is my sleeping bag and my blanket that I'm using. But I do have a blanket in here that I keep in here at all times, just in case of emergencies. And I haven't been leaving a pillow in here, but for like a long time I was just leaving a pillow, just chilling here. So, you know, that may or may not be something that I have on me at any given time, but pretty cool to know that I can just sleep in here. So like if I go out to a bar, maybe I'll just throw a pillow and blanket there, in there, just in case. So yeah, I'm gonna pretty much call it a night. I got the Reflectix set up on the back window, and of course there's the Reflectix on these side windows. So the side windows are like blacked out Reflectix on one side, so I don't think anybody is really able to see in here. I got the tailgate locked up, like the tailgate's locked because I locked my truck, and then I've also got the back window is locked with my little pair of vice grips, so should be good to go. Looks like I can hear people like moving around outside. There's like a truck parked across from me that's just kind of been sitting there for a while, so they might be chatting or other activities in there. So yeah, good night, and thank you guys for tuning in. What is going on, everybody? I woke up at like 6:30 this morning, rolled around a little bit, got dressed, got all my little bits and bobs from the you know, truck camping setup, keys and wallet and cell phone, all that kind of stuff. Got them out of there, and now I'm back in my truck, ready to go home. So yeah, pretty good night, uneventful. As the bar was closing down, like I heard people, you know, trickling out, and then this morning I was kind of like woken up to people at the bank, at the parking lot that I'm at. It's a bank parking lot, and I heard people like, you know, walking around doing bank things. So I was like, oh, this should be fun, getting out of my truck in a bank parking lot, and there's like people walking around. They probably think I'm gonna mug them or something like that. But yeah, when I got out, there was nobody. Oh, excuse me. There was nobody around. There was a car like driving by as I got out, but there was no like just people walking or anything. So yeah, the one dude was probably like, well, what the hell is this guy doing? But other than that, smooth sailing. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.
We have the meats.